Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, the latest on the Texas showdown, plus floods and fires.
And the Boeing strike overnight, and our exclusive with Salt-N-Pepa.
Texas-size fight. Democratic lawmakers leave the Lone Star State to block a vote to redraw congressional maps. It could give Republicans up to 5 new seats in the House after President Trump demanded the change. And the new threat overnight from Texas Governor Abbott.
And the president, after firing the nation's top economic data collector after the jobs report and the president's trade war, had some people starting their Christmas shopping in July, how tariffs could impact the prices you pay.
Overnight flooding in the southeast. 10 million Americans on alert for flooding right now. And in the west, the red flag warnings as fast-moving fires force thousands to evacuate. In the Grand Canyon, the largest of the year reaches mega fire status after scorching over 120,000 acres. Plus, at least 8 states under air quality alerts due to out-of-control wildfires in Canada. Ginger tracking it all.
Breaking overnight, on strike, the Boeing workers walking off the job for the first time in almost 30 years.
Armed and extremely dangerous. Police search for an Army veteran on the run for 3 days.
This is an unstable individual who walked in and murdered 4 people in cold blood for no reason whatsoever.
Would you use ChatGPT to help parent your kids? Meet the parents calling the artificial intelligence a third co-parent. From the grocery list to emotional relief. This morning, the pros and cons of relying on AI. Remembering Lonnie Anderson.
I don't get coffee, Mr. Carlson. We agreed.
Her legacy beyond the sitcom WKRP in Cincinnati. And her marriage to Burt Reynolds.
An ABC News exclusive. Salt-N-Pepa's fight for their rights.
This isn't fair. The record companies have been getting away with this for a lot of years.
Why they are taking on their music label as they ready for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Just give me a little something, something. Oh, you'll have to wait for it. And we're surfing into Monday. Don't miss this Pitbull's last big win.
Live from New York City and Miami, it's Monday. Good Morning America.
And that's Miami.
That is Good Morning America. A special good morning to our viewers in Miami and Fort Lauderdale, where you are now watching us on Channel 18. Look at the Hard Rock Hotel lit up this weekend. Our Victor Akindo, who is based in Miami, is joining us this morning with some very special guests.
That is coming up. First, the news. We're going to start with the high-stakes battle over a new congressional map that's playing out in Texas. Republicans are trying to redraw the lines in a bid to gain more seats in the House for the GOP. Democrats taking action to keep that from happening. Chief Washington Correspondent John Carl has the story. Good morning, John.
Good morning, George. The Texas legislature was set to vote today on new congressional maps that would heavily favor Republicans in next year's midterm elections. In a desperate bid to stop those new maps from going into effect, Democratic lawmakers in Texas have left the state. The new congressional maps would give Republicans up to 5 new seats in Congress, but they can't go into effect until they are approved by the state legislature. And unless there is a quorum of 2/3 of all members in attendance, the state house can't hold any votes. That's why the Texas Democrats packed their bags and left Texas.
The Texas Democrats are fighting back. We're leaving the state, breaking quorum, and preventing Republicans from silencing our voices and rigging the next election.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott condemned the move. He accused Democrats potentially of committing felonies and said leaving the state is, quote, an abandonment or forfeiture of an elected state office. He demanded Democrats return by 3 p.m. Central Time or threatened to have them removed from office. But the chair of the House Democratic Caucus said Democrats are doing just what they have to do.
Governor Abbott is doing this in submission to Donald Trump so that Donald Trump could steal these communities' power and voice.
Congressional maps are usually only redrawn every 10 years after a new census. Most states did it 4 years ago after the 2020 census. This aggressive push by the Texas House Republicans to change the maps without a new census comes after President Trump demanded it.
Sir, on Texas, how many more seats do you want the Republicans to draw?
5.
Are you calling then for a complete redrawing of the congressional map?
No, just a very simple redrawing. We pick up 5 seats.
Democrats are accusing Trump of trying to rig the election to preserve Republicans' narrow control of the House.
This is an authoritarian move by the White House to try to make sure that they can rig the election, the midterm elections, in 2026.
But it's not just Texas, and it's not just Republicans. Although it usually only happens when there is a new census, Democrats have played the game too in the states they control. In deep blue California, for example, 38% voted Republican last year, and out of 52 congressional districts, only 9 are held by Republicans. Democrats are promising to fight fire with fire. Already, California Governor Gavin Newsom is threatened to make California, quote, darker blue in response to Governor Abbott. One proposed map, George, in California would leave Republicans with as few of 3 of the state's 52 representatives in the House.
Yeah, but not easy to achieve. Okay, John, thanks very much. Robin?
All right, George, and now the latest from the president weighing in last night on his trade war and his firing of the head of the Bureau of Labor Statistics after a weak jobs report. Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, is tracking it all for us. Good morning to you, Mary.
Good morning, Robin. Well, President Trump is defending his decision to fire the top official in charge of the jobs report baselessly, claiming she doctored the numbers. The administration now defiant, saying Trump, quote, wants his own people in charge of the jobs data, and he's now promising to name a replacement in the coming days. Overnight, President Trump pledging to announce a new head for the Bureau of Labor Statistics after he fired Commissioner Erica McIntarfer on Friday, claiming without evidence that the latest jobs numbers were manipulated to make him look bad.
We had no confidence. I mean, the numbers were ridiculous.
But he has yet to provide any concrete evidence of that. The president's top economic advisors adamant Trump isn't shooting the messenger in the wake of the poor jobs report. But they say he does want his own appointee in place.
The president wants his own people there so that when we see the numbers, they're more transparent and more reliable.
The nonpartisan Bureau of Labor Statistics compiles economic data that has been used by economists, investors, and academics for more than a century. The now fired McIntarfer was appointed by President Biden, confirmed by the Senate in January 2024 with overwhelmingly bipartisan support. Even then, Senator J.D. Vance voted for her. The commissioner only sees the jobs numbers a few days before they're released, and revisions to the numbers often happen once more data is available.
This is a preposterous charge. These numbers are put together by teams of literally hundreds of people following detailed procedures that are in manuals. There's no conceivable way that the head of the BLS could have manipulated this number.
William Beach, who was appointed by Trump to serve as BLS commissioner during his first term, sounding the alarm, saying the firing sets a dangerous precedent.
Suppose that they get a new commissioner, and this person, male or female, are just the best people possible, right? And they do a bad number. Well, everybody's going to think, well, it's not as bad as it probably really is, because they're going to suspect political influence.
Democrats decrying the move.
It's classic Donald Trump. When he gets the news he doesn't like, he shoots the messenger.
And at least one Republican is raising concerns.
If the president is firing the statistician because he doesn't like the numbers, but they are accurate, then that's a problem.
Now, the grim jobs report coupled with the president's latest tariffs have spooked Wall Street, sending the stock markets tumbling. Those tariffs affecting nearly every U.S. trading partner are set to snap into effect this Friday. George.
Okay, Mary, thanks. Let's get more on that now from our chief business correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis. It was a weak jobs report.
It was weak, and it was also weaker than expected, George, and that is part of what's a wake-up call for the markets this morning about cracks in the economy. Last month, we added just 73,000 jobs, but the real concern is what we now know happened in May and June. The numbers were revised sharply lower. 258,000 fewer jobs were created than previously thought, meaning the pace of job creation is less than half of what it was in 2024 last year. Economists see these numbers as a warning signal that the economy is on thinner ice than we thought. And George, I have to say, I've been doing this now for almost 20 years. You always get revisions. So there's always a revision to the jobs report at the end of every jobs report.
Yeah, there's no substance at all to the charge. These are rigged. But let's talk about the tariffs. The markets have been pretty complacent about tariffs, but the effects are starting to bleed through.
They're starting to bleed through, and that's the important part. They haven't, for consumers, materialized in a significant way, even though we've now heard warnings from a number of companies that customers would start paying higher prices. Procter & Gamble just last week raised its prices this month. Best Buy, Walmart, Dollar General, and Mattel have been talking about price increases, some echoing Walmart, which said the prices of imported items could go up, but they would keep prices, quote, as low as we can. They know that customers want to see lower prices. As for the holidays, we're starting to see warnings already for things coming up in December. Christmas trees, for example, and decorations. The price for Christmas trees and decorations could be up by 15%, according to a survey by Axios, an American Christmas Tree Association. There were also reports of a July rush for Christmas supplies by people stocking up before prices go up. And I just want to lay out here, George, a lot of companies stocked up, and that's why you haven't seen the price increases yet. As they start to pay these higher prices, and they say it'll cost them millions, even billions of dollars, that's when customers will feel it.
You'll be watching it. Okay, Rebecca, thanks very much.
Appreciate your insight. Thank you both. Now the deadly flooding overnight in the southeast, while bone-dry conditions fuel wildfires in the west, forcing thousands to evacuate. Ginger, don't worry, she is tracking it all for us. Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, good morning to you, Robin. At least one person is dead. The other person was rescued in a vehicle. This is in east central Alabama, kind of between Birmingham and Atlanta, in that county that is adjacent to the state line. But they had the water rushing there because more than 5 inches of rain fell really fast. We're going to see more where that came from today, and that's why 1 to 3 inches overall, with 2-inch per hour rainfall rates from Dalton, Georgia, down to Apalachicola, including Tallahassee. So keep that in mind. That stationary front, it's not really going anywhere for the next couple days. And then we've got to check wildfires. The Gifford fire, this one in San Luis Obispo County, and there are some evacuations, even though most of it is rural. They've got it 3% contained, and they also have about 50,000 acres burned. You will see more smoke in a lot of areas, Palm Springs down to San Diego, from these wildfires. And then we've got more smoke to talk about Great Lakes and Northeast coming up, George.
Okay, Ginger, thanks very much. We're going to go overseas now for the latest on Gaza and the push for a ceasefire and hostage deal after a visit by the top U.S. envoy. Hamas has also released video of an emaciated Israeli hostage. Chief Foreign Correspondent Ian Pannell is in Jerusalem. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, George. We're outside Prime Minister Netanyahu's offices where there is a cabinet meeting taking place, but also, as you can see, large numbers of people gathering, calling for two things: an end to the war and to bring the hostages home now. This, as Steve Witkoff, the U.S. Special Envoy, tells the families of hostages that he thinks an end to the war is very close.
This morning, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu pushing to expand the war in Gaza to get the hostages out, according to an Israeli source speaking to ABC News. Israel and the US appearing to abandon ceasefire talks.
Bring them home now!
Families of the hostages still being held in Gaza, joining tens of thousands of people in a rally calling for their release, saying Netanyahu's plan will risk the lives of their loved ones. Amid growing starvation in Gaza, Hamas releasing a video showing one hostage, Eviatar David, terribly emaciated. His family agreeing for the media to show these painful images.
We saw a human skeleton in this video, a human skeleton. As doctor says, Eviatar has few days to live.
Doctors have said this?
Yes, and we must bring him sufficient food, proper medical care as soon as possible to save his life.
Steve Witkoff, America's Special Envoy, meeting with hostage families, telling them a solution to end the war is very close, claiming Hamas will demilitarize and that all hostages will be brought home at once, not in stages. International outrage over the widespread starvation in Gaza growing. At least 180 people have died from starvation and malnutrition since the start of the war, 93 of them children, according to the Hamas-run Gaza Health Ministry. Airdrops of humanitarian aid into Gaza expanding, but aid groups saying the delivery of food and medicine is inefficient and dangerous.
Well, what we're hearing from people here and elsewhere in the country, we saw these mass protests over the weekend, is growing concern about what's taking place in Gaza, the suffering there, and that it's time, 22 months later, to finally end this war. But as for the plan that President Trump's developing and Prime Minister Netanyahu's talking about, at the moment, it is talk and the suffering isn't ending. Robin?
It certainly is not, as we can see. Ian, thank you. Now to the manhunt for a suspect who police say shot and killed 4 people at a bar in Montana. Authorities are warning residents that the suspect is on the loose, unstable, extremely dangerous. Our Trevor Alt has the latest. Good morning to you, Trevor.
Good morning, Robin. And there is a massive search effort underway in southwest Montana. Officials say this suspect fled into the mountains. He has equipment to help him survive, and he has a weapon.
This morning, the urgent manhunt for an accused gunman on the run for 3 days after police say he shot and killed 4 people in a Montana bar. Hundreds of federal and local officials converging on the mountains in search of Army veteran Michael Paul Brown, who they say is armed and extremely dangerous.
This is an unstable individual who walked in and murdered 4 people in cold blood for no reason whatsoever. So there absolutely is concern for the public.
Authorities say 45-year-old Brown lives next door to the Owl Bar in the small town of Anaconda. They say Friday morning around 10:30, he walked in and shot 3 patrons and a bartender. Police releasing this image of Brown shirtless fleeing the scene, saying he's since believed to have stolen a truck with camping gear and clothes. Officials say Brown is known to local law enforcement with a criminal record, and his family says he struggled to get help for mental health problems. Locals in this tight-knit community now on alert and on edge.
This is a tremendous tragedy, and we're going to find this guy one way or the other.
And authorities say Brown was a regular at the bar where this shooting happened. It's likely he knew all 4 of those victims. George?
Okay, Trevor, thanks very much. We're going to switch gears. Major League Baseball, first ever game at a NASCAR track, Will Reeve.
That's right.
Didn't go so well.
No, it did not. Good morning to everyone. Good to see you. This was meant to be a first of its kind showcase for Major League Baseball, an MLB game in Tennessee. That has never happened before, specifically at Bristol Motor Speedway. That's definitely never happened. It's a renowned NASCAR racetrack. It can fit 162,000 spectators for a race, so seeing a baseball game there would be a spectacle, which it was Saturday night, but for all the wrong reasons. So it's the Cincinnati Reds, Atlanta Braves, 90,000 people expected to attend, but Mother Nature showed up too. An inning into the game, you can see all that. The deluge, just so much rain, they had to postpone the game after just 1 inning, which is bad enough, but turns out the fans there did not enjoy their experience. So typically for NASCAR races, it's BYO F&B, but Major League Baseball for this game did not allow fans to bring their own food or beverages, and instead they were serving up that. Hot dogs without buns, nachos without cheese, fans calling it Baseball Fire Fest. Other issues included reportedly running out of food. Another fan said there was no parking available for the under $350. It was a whole debacle. They did replay the game on Sunday. Yesterday, the Braves won 4-2.
$350 for parking, $350 for
and
parking.
And a bunless hot dog.
And a bunless hot dog. I mean,
wow.
Young kids might like it.
Yeah, that's about it. All right, you guys. Coming up, we've got our exclusive with Salt-N-Pepa. They're gearing up to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and they're taking on their music label, what the groundbreaking act is saying about that lawsuit.
Also had the life and legacy of Lonnie Anderson.
And breaking at 8, Gio is tracking the Boeing workers walking off the job for the first time, in almost 30 years, Gio?
That's right, Robin. Good morning. Yeah, we're talking about thousands of workers who build the country's fighter jets. So could defense be an issue here? We're going to tell you what it all means.
Still talking about that baseball game. We're still trying to figure that out.
The $350 parking.
Yeah.
No.
Coming up, how parents are using ChatGPT for everything from getting organized to sleep training. Our expert's going to weigh in with the pros and cons. We'll be right back.
Salt-N-Pepa's here and we're in effect. Want you to push it back. Cooling by day, then at night. Working up a sweat.
Robin's already enjoying this. And she's going to show us more of her exclusive interview with Salt-N-Pepa that was right before their big Hall of Fame introduction.
That's right. Yeah, well, Keisha was getting it too. You know, you saw her over there. She's pushing it real good. They have had such an incredible career, spanning 4 decades. And as they prepare to receive music's highest honor, Cheryl James and Sandra Denton are in a fight for their music rights with their record label, trying to make a statement once again.
Salt-N-Pepa's here and we're in effect. Want you to push it back. Cooling by day, then at night. Working up a sweat.
For 40 years, hip-hop icons Salt-N-Pepa have been pushing boundaries.
Push it real good.
From their confident lyrics about taboo topics,
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
to their trend-setting fashion choices, the pioneering trio helped shape a new era of hip-hop by bringing a feminist attitude to the male-dominated genre. Each of you, one word to describe your journey.
A roller coaster.
Amazing.
More than you even thought it could be when you all
Yes.
started?
Yes. To be here from the 80s
Right, from 85 to 2025.
Right. Not many can say that.
Not many can say that.
Come and give me some of that yum yum chocolate chip honey dip. Can I get a scoop? Baby, take a ride in my coupe. You make me wanna.
The longevity of their career, a testament to their music catalog of pop and hip-hop classics. And now they're in a legal fight over it.
The record companies have been getting away with this for a lot of years, and it's time for us to fight for our rights.
In May, Salt-N-Pepa filed a lawsuit against Universal Music Group, claiming that UMG is refusing to allow them to exercise their so-called termination rights.
When you're an artist, in the beginning, you sign a contract saying that the copyrights will revert back to you after 35 years. And we've done all the things legally to get our copyrights back, but they're just refusing, so we had to sue them.
Yeah, it's the law. That's what it really boils down to.
The pair saying UMG has removed some of their biggest hits from streaming platforms.
It just keeps us from re-releasing our music, promoting it, our own music anywhere, else.
Our fans don't get to hear it, and they're complaining. They're like, where's the music? They're not on Apple or Spotify.
UMG has filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit. In it, they claim that Salt-N-Pepa can't exercise their termination rights in part because they weren't the ones who signed the contract.
We are the artists, and the law is to protect the artist.
We didn't have that leverage. We didn't have that knowledge. We didn't have that control in the 80s. And so
to be held to a contract from 1985 and 40 years later, it's like ridiculous.
So obviously it's something they want to keep it, they want to hold on to it, and they're trying to fight us. So obviously they understand what's the worth of that.
Why isn't DJ Spinderella part of this suit?
Well, when we first started Salt-N-Pepa, it was just the two of us. So this particular contract is about the beginning, the first time we signed. So yeah, but Spinderella's still down with us.
She supports us. She just understands she wasn't a part of the lawsuit, but she has given us our support, to fight for that.
Just being women in this industry, it's a constant fight. A fight to be heard, a fight to be respected.
You only live once and you're not coming back, so express yourself, yeah.
Salt-N-Pepa were the first all-women rap group to go platinum, earn a Grammy, and achieve global success.
Excuse us while we rap. Go ahead, girls, express yourself.
And now they're gearing up to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, becoming the first hip-hop act to receive the Musical Influence Award. What does it mean to you?
Everything. It's an amazing feeling because it's directed to music. It's for your music, not just one hit. It's about your journey, your legacy, what you have done, the influence that you had. So 40 years and we're still here.
So it's appropriate that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that we are another first. And we're really excited. It's just amazing because these are the things you want in your career, right? These accolades are just like solidifying that we did the darn thing,
When it's all said and done, what do you want to be said about Salt-N-Pepa?
Those girls fight, they real, they fight for their rights, for our rights, for women's rights, and nothing fake. What you see is what you get.
And I want to inspire and encourage women to be themselves, to go for it, and to not be afraid to knock down barriers in the workplace, in the world, whatever you're doing, just be strong.
And that they are. They are so true to themselves, very authentic. And this isn't the first time that Salt-N-Pepa has taken on the music industry. They joined with other artists in 1989. Remember, LL Cool J, we had Will Smith. They boycotted the Grammys over the Grammys' decision to not televise the newly created rap category. Once again, leading the way. You remember that time.
Game changers. They were at MTV and everywhere else in the music industry, Robin.
I think people forget just how they broke into the scene and they just took over. But I did have a little fun. I did have a little fun with them. I had to ask them this question. Just give me a little something. What do you got?
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Here I go again, girls. What's my weakness? Pizza.
It ain't men no more. That is
I was making like we gotta use that. I know. Hey, things change over time.
That's right.
That's it. It's pizza, not men anymore. You can watch them be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The 2025 ceremony will stream live on Saturday, November 8th on Disney+, a special airing on ABC at a later date and available on Hulu the next day. That was a lot of fun.
That sure looked like it. And now to celebrate the life of Lonnie Anderson. The actress was best known for her role on WKRP in Cincinnati. And Chris Connolly's here with more on Anderson's life and legacy. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, good morning again, George. With her smile and her sitcom skills, Lonnie Anderson became a fan favorite on WKRP in Cincinnati. Her character deftly using those comic one-liners to manage the egos and idiocies of her radio station coworkers who were addled by her appearance. It earned Lonnie Anderson a pair of Emmy nominations and a decades-long career in television.
I'm sorry, Mr. Carlson can't be disturbed. He's reevaluating his priorities.
With period-perfect glamour and comedic flair,
Good afternoon, everyone.
actress Lonnie Anderson became a fan favorite on television and a pop culture fixture, part of the talented cast of the sitcom WKRP in Cincinnati. Anderson was receptionist Jennifer Marlowe, coolly efficient and quick-witted.
How about the mail?
That's the important stuff. This is yours.
Her performance earned the Minnesota-born Anderson consecutive Emmy nominations for supporting actress in a comedy in 1980 and 1981. Her other work on TV included the title role opposite Arnold Schwarzenegger in The Jane Mansfield Story,
It's my party. Let's give him a thrill.
and a host of shorter-lived TV series and primetime guest appearances, like on Three's Company and The Love Boat.
Hi, I'm Barbie.
I'm Ken. By the mid-'80s, her relationship with actor Burt Reynolds, with whom she'd appear in the film Stroker Ace, was an ongoing tabloid sensation.
I want you.
You do?
Yes.
They would wed in 1988. Their divorce in 1994 made headlines of a different kind. Yet after she went on to write a memoir, My Life in High Heels, the affection fans had for her and her work endured.
I don't ever want to retire. And so I want to be a working actress in whatever age I am and whatever role that brings me, that's where I want to be.
Just 2 years ago, she co-starred in Ladies of the 80s, A Diva's Christmas, with Linda Gray, Donna Mills, Morgan Fairchild, and Nicolette Sheridan. Fairchild remembering her friend overnight, saying she was the sweetest, most gracious lady. Lonnie Anderson died on Sunday, 2 days before what would have been her 80th birthday. What a life. Asked by Us magazine a couple of years ago about her legacy, Lonnie Anderson thought first of her granddaughters. I hope that I'll be remembered for changing the whole look of a young woman with a career, she said. My granddaughters are like, what? Was it ever any different? Yes, it was. She is sure to be fondly remembered, guys.
And she helped change that.
She did.
She really did.
Yes, she did.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
I know, all that great music.
Yeah.
They played a lot of rock and roll at a time when there wasn't
did.
much of it on television.
That's true. All right, Chris. Good to have you here in the studio with us.
Nice to be.
Well, that's the appropriate music because Will is back with the World Dog Surfing Championship.
Robin, how do you get a dog to surf?
I have no idea.
Patience, probably. I have no idea. But over the weekend, dogs from all over the world took their talents to the surf at Pacifica State Beach in California. You can call it a canine cowabunga if you wish. Dogs donning life vests and hopping on their boards looking for the most gnarly wave to ride with 20 toes. The dogs are judged in different categories by size and based on balance, the tricks they perform, and their time on the board. So, who's the top dog overall? We've got Cacau, a chocolate lab from Brazil.
Great name.
Wow. And a great name, great place to learn how to surf, too. She surfed her way to glory.
Possible?
I have no idea. I have no info on how you teach a dog to surf. But second place was a rescue dog named Koa, also a chocolate lab. So we're learning in real time that chocolate labs are good at surfing. And then coming in third was Faith the Pit Bull. And let's have a round of applause. We don't actually have to, but a theoretical round of applause for Faith. She helped pioneer dog surfing. This is a legend.
Look at hanging on.
Yeah, hanging on. She is retiring. She's retiring this year. Sadly, she was diagnosed with a disorder that affects balance. Doesn't look like it there, but she's hanging them up. So congratulations to Faith on a on a pioneering career. All the other four-legged competitors, that is the World Series of dog service.
No. I was going to say Fig.
Fig is swimming.
That's a start. I think that's start. Step by step.
And then he gets the goggles.
I know the goggles are next. That's it. Hey, coming up, there's something big happening in Miami this morning. So let's go to Victor Oquendo there. Hey, Victor.
Hey, Robin, it's the start of a new era for ABC in South Florida. Coming up, I'm going to introduce you to some Miami news legends. We'll hear about some of their favorite places as GMA kicks off a full week of showing you around South Florida. We'll be right back.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Overnight, deadly flooding in the southeast as 10 million are on alert for flooding right now. And in the west, the red flag warnings as fast-moving fires force thousands to evacuate. In the Grand Canyon, the largest of the year reaching mega fire status after scorching over 120,000 acres. Plus, at least 8 states under air quality alerts due to out-of-control wildfires in Canada. Ginger is tracking it all.
Would you use ChatGPT to help parent your kids?
I started using it for meal planning, writing the grocery list, and then I got more into using it for emotional relief, handling toddler tantrums.
Meet the moms and dads calling artificial intelligence a third co-parent. The pros and cons. Our parenting expert weighs in.
And it may be Monday, but this morning it's all about Wednesday.
It's Adams with 2 Ds, like padded room.
The wait for season 2 of the hit show is almost over, and Jenna Ortega is live in our studio as we say good morning, America.
Live from New York City and Miami, it's Monday. Good morning, America.
That is Miami, right? Yeah. That's what you were saying earlier. I was like, that's not New York. Good morning, America. Special good morning to our viewers there in Miami and Fort Lauderdale, where you are now watching us on ABC Miami, Channel 18. Our Victor Oquendo, who is based in Miami, is joining us this morning. He's going to have some very special guests in just a little bit.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Welcome, Miami. Also this morning, King of the Hill. It's back with a revival on Hulu. The animators gave us a star treatment, and Pam Adlon is going to tell us all about it, returning as the voice of Bobby Hill. She's here live. And Robin, you just had a great trip to Rwanda.
Oh my goodness, it was a trip of a lifetime. And I had a chance to meet the Giants of Africa. It's a nonprofit doing truly incredible and meaningful work, bringing together hundreds of young people, all centered around a love for basketball, encouraging these young folks to dream big. And I can't wait to share more with you coming up. And tomorrow, can't wait to share the gorillas. You can't go all the way to Rwanda and not be around the gorillas.
Yeah, do that. Looking forward to that. First look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with the flooding overnight in the southeast, while dry conditions fuel wildfires in the west, forcing thousands to evacuate. Want to go back to Ginger. Hey, Ginger.
Hey, let's start, George, with that 22-year-old man who was killed. He was a passenger in a vehicle. This is East Central Alabama, and they had 5+ inches of rainfall really fast. Thankfully, the driver was rescued, but that was not the only high water rescue, and it won't be, because with a stationary front, it's still bubbling around all the way through the midweek. So we've got from Panama City and Tallahassee up through Atlanta these flood watches, overall 1 to 3 inches, but you get one of these storms that can easily drop 2-inch per hour rainfall rates. San Luis Obispo County, this is one of the many wildfires burning. This is the Gifford fire. More than 50,000 acres burned. They've only got it 3% contained. From there through Arizona, northern Arizona, we've got that Dragon Bravo fire that just keeps growing. We're watching so many wildfires and the smoke. Remember, even if you don't have the wildfire itself, if you're Palm Springs down to San Diego, especially into the mountains there, you'll be seeing and smelling that smoke. So the air quality will be diminished even over into Arizona along the state line. Robin.
So much going on out there. All right, Ginger. Now to breaking news overnight. More than 3,000 Boeing workers at plants in Missouri going on strike at midnight after rejecting a deal with the company. Our transportation correspondent, Gio Benitez, you got that story for us?
That's right. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, George. Yeah, the union is actually calling this a national security issue because we're talking about 3,200 workers who work on critical defense systems. Now, the workers walked off the job at midnight, going on strike. A union leader saying overnight that members build the aircraft and defense systems that keep our country safe. They deserve nothing less than a contract that keeps their families secure and recognizes their unmatched expertise. Boeing Defense telling us we are disappointed that our employees rejected an offer that featured 40% average wage growth and resolved their primary issue on alternative work schedules. We are prepared for a strike. Now, these union members assemble and maintain advanced systems like F-15 fighter jets and missile and defense technology. Boeing says that it will now turn to non-union workers to get the job done.
I know you're going to keep an eye on this.
Absolutely.
So important, Gia. Thank you. Now, the annual V Foundation Gala this weekend in California. The Cancer Research Foundation was started, of course, by legendary NC State basketball coach Jim Valvano. And, well, I've attended this many times, and it's just so powerful and meaningful.
Yeah, hello again, Robin. You were saying what a great event it is, and of course the work they do speaks for itself. The V Foundation has funded over $400 million in cancer research grants in its history, which began in 1993 with an indelible speech from its namesake, Jim Valvano. And this weekend, his daughter had her own powerful message upon receiving an extra meaningful award.
Cancer can take away all my physical abilities. It cannot touch my mind, it cannot touch my heart, and it cannot touch my soul.
Those were some of the inspiring words of the late Jim Valvano, the legendary North Carolina State University basketball coach and ESPN commentator.
It may not save my life. It may save my children's lives. It may save someone you love.
This iconic 1993 ESPY speech is where Jimmy V announced the V Foundation for Cancer Research in partnership with ESPN, and his legacy living on this past weekend at the V Foundation wine celebration in Napa Valley. His daughter, Jamie, accepting the Jimmy V Spirit Award after celebrating 20 years cancer-free from her own battle with breast cancer.
I was the someone he loved. Without knowing his own daughter was going to be facing this disease 13 years after he said those prophetic words, he had not left me alone. I am here, alive, standing before you because of cancer research.
Jamie accepting the award alongside the only other two recipients of this honor, George Bodenheimer and Harry Rhodes. The award presented by the legendary Coach K, Mike Krzyzewski.
She's an incredible speaker, and she has his spirit.
Coach K recalling Jamie's dad's words about the V Foundation.
When he said, it may save one of my children's lives, it did save the life of one of your children. How crazy good is that?
So powerful, crazy good indeed. And the audience had a message for all of us in what's becoming a bit of a tradition here at GMA. Take a look.
Good morning, America.
There we go. Well done. Good morning to the V Foundation. And in that famous ESPY speech in 1993, Jimmy V's message was clear. He said, don't give up, don't ever give up. And everyone involved in the foundation has taken that to heart. This weekend's event raised $12.3 million for cancer research.
And every single cent that is donated goes to research. Not overhead, not for salaries. 100% of the money that you donate to that foundation goes to cancer research. Not many groups can say that.
That's
fantastic.
Yeah, they're great.
Thank you, Will. Coming up on our GMA Morning Menu, how some parents are using ChatGPT for everything from getting organized to sleep training. Our expert's going to weigh in on the pros and cons.
Also ahead, and just like that, the popular Sex and the City spinoff is coming to an end. What we know about the final episodes.
Plus, Tori Johnson here with deals and steals for when you're on the go this summer. All the savings start at $5.
And the wait is finally over. Wednesday, season 2 drops when?
Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right. That's Wednesday, of course. You're right, Will. Jenna Ortega is here to tell us all about it. That's coming up right here on GMA. Come on back.
Yeah, it sure is. It's time for our GMA cover story. We're taking a look at how parents are turning to AI to help streamline everyday routines with their kids. It's a story we first saw in the New York Post. Janae Norman here with the details. Hey, Janae.
Hey, good morning, George. Yes, I'm the perfect person for this story. The overwhelming mental load of mothering. So many moms and parents out there understand because parenthood involves so much planning and decision making. But now this woman says that her AI bot serves as a source of ideas. Almost, she describes like a co-parent for her and her husband.
Burnout is at a fever pitch for those trying to navigate the ever-changing landscape of parenting.
We had fights every day, so there were power struggles, tears. Everybody just ended the day exhausted, annoyed, and frustrated.
Parents like Lillian Schmidt are using a new type of parenting tool, ChatGPT. She calls the AI tool a third co-parent.
I started using it for meal planning, writing the grocery list, and then I got more into using it for emotional relief, handling toddler tantrums, handling my own emotions.
ChatGPT telling GMA parents are using ChatGPT to manage to-do lists, set reminders, and break big tasks into smaller, more manageable steps. It's like having a personal assistant that never forgets, never judges, and is available 24/7. Lillian, who used the tool to help sleep train her daughter, says she initially asked for advice from everyone she knew, even her pediatrician. But after heeding her friend's suggestion to use ChatGPT, things improved.
It gives me the mental space for what I should focus on, because like at the end of the day, when I'm old and my kids are adults, they will remember me for actually being there with them in the moment, enjoying them, sharing special moments with them.
So letting AI do the heavy mental lifting. A couple guidelines that Schmidt says she follows are asking it to assume an expert role for what you're asking it to do, like being a nutritionist to make kid-friendly meal plans, but also being mindful to not give away sensitive information and to use it for advice, but of course make your own decisions. George.
Of course. Okay, Janae, thanks very much. Joined now by our parenting expert, Erica Suter. So is this the antidote, AI, the antidote for parental burnout?
Well, 50% of the parents in this country are overwhelmed. They have kids, they have work, they're taking care of aging parents. Everyone's looking for a life hack, and we're seeing more and more parents, people in general, turning to AI for help.
So how does it work exactly?
Well, you know, you can ask it a ton of questions, but here's a great list of ways for parents to use AI. You can use it for lunchbox and meal prep ideas. We're all sick of coming up with new meals every night. You can just punch in what you have in your pantry, and it gives you a list of ideas. You can use it for birthday invitations, personalized bedtime routines that feature your kid's favorite stuffy or their name, scripts that help you deal with hard conversations like my five-year-old's goldfish just died. How do I have an age-appropriate conversation about this? And you can use it for project help with schools, innovative science fair ideas, or social studies projects that you
So
need
it's
to
a head
run.
start on brainstorming.
It's a head start on brainstorming, that's right.
So what should parents watch out for?
Well, you want to be careful because AI isn't a replacement for your intuition. It does not know your child. So it can give you advice, but it can't read the room, right? And you need to fact check what you see there. Right. You know, not everything there is accurate. And you want to avoid over-reliance on it. We see a lot of people using it, and then they lose confidence in their own choices, and we don't want to do that. And lastly, you have to be careful for privacy. You don't want to put in too much about your family or your kids because we don't know where that information will end up. This is still a new technology with emerging guardrails.
Erica Suter, thanks very much. Let's get some pop news, Will.
Let's do it, George. We're going to begin here with a surprise farewell. And just like that, it was over. The spin-off series to Sex and the City will end with season 3 over the weekend. Showrunner Michael Patrick King sharing the news in a statement saying, "While I was writing the last episode of season 3, it became clear to me that this might be a wonderful place to stop." He also revealed that he and Sarah Jessica Parker delayed the announcement so that fans would enjoy the fun of the final season. Parker, who first brought Carrie Bradshaw to TV in 1998, posted on Instagram writing, "Carrie Bradshaw has dominated my professional heartbeat for 27 years. I think I have loved her most of all. I know others have loved her just as I have. Been frustrated, condemned, and rooted for her. AJLT was all joy, adventure, the greatest kind of hard work. It truly is the end of a television era, and you can catch the finale of And Just Like That when it airs on August 14th.
No doubt, they had a fantastic run.
They sure did.
They really did.
They got all they could get out of that.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. All right, congrats to them. Also in pop news, congrats to Tom Holland. He's back as Spider-Man. He's suiting up for the new movie in honor of National Spider-Man Day, which is a day. Everyone knew that already.
Of course it is.
He posted a video of himself in the brand new costume for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Take a look.
We ready?
That was dramatic. He was doing like a Rocky impression to start. All right, well, there's the new suit, and fans will notice the spider on his chest is bigger than the one in No Way Home. You got to sort of strain the eyes to see it, but trust us there. And in other big Spider-Man news, Mark Ruffalo will reprise his role as the Hulk Zendaya is set to return as MJ. Spider-Man Brand New Day will swing into theaters July 31st, 2026, so under a year to go.
I'm ready. My kids are ready. Can we see it now?
We'll work on it. It looks like they're still filming. But
Okay.
You'll get a sneak preview. But finally, some more movie news. The Fantastic Four. You can see that in theaters right now, as a lot of people already have, because it has soared to the top of the box office domestically in its second weekend, raking in $40 million, now projected to hit a 10-day tally of $198 million. We loved having all the Fantastic Four cast stop by, and we wish them all the best.
I know people are loving this film.
They sure are.
Really are.
Now, you're in the sort of Fantastic Four
Well,
color
thank you
palette.
very much. I appreciate that.
Looking like our superhero.
When Sam had on the little top, like, it is time now for Deals and Steals, and this morning Tori is here with products for when you're on the go this summer, and they're all from small businesses. And when you hit the road, you really want this.
Yes, year round you want this. So imagine you find out that the air pressure in the tire's a little bit low, so you either have to panic to find a gas station that has a air pump machine, then you have to make sure that that pump machine's working, then you really have to dig to make sure that you have the quarters to be able to put in the machine. So, you know, many times it's like strike, strike, strike. If you've got this air moto in the car, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about any of those panics. This will fill the tires in minutes, one push of the button, not only for cars, but also motorcycles, golf carts, lawn mowers. If it's got wheels, even a bike, this is going to do the trick. We also have the tire repair kit. So when you hit that rock and then you're, you know, stuck on the side of the road, that's going to help ensure you get to keep going. Everything's 50% off.
Okay, it's not going to rain on our parade, is it?
It is not.
No.
But if it does, you can weather the rain in style
I like
with Repel. So one button to open and close, so you get quick, easy access to your full coverage. Also designed to help withstand those heavy gusts of winds. And then it's very compact, folds into, it's about 11.5 inches. So many times you don't take the umbrella because it's a hassle to carry it. This fits so easily into your bag, into your car. Just have one of these handy. We've got 10 different styles, big, nice variety of patterns and colors, all 50% off, starting at $11 for peace of mind.
Yes,
pretty fabulous.
Peace of mind, can't beat that.
Okay, also peace of mind. You guys know and love AquaVault. We've got two different options to ensure that you've got backup power on the go. So the original is this one that comes with all of the cords.
I remember that.
Big variety of colors. So whether you use an iPhone, Android, even if you want to use it for headphones, speakers, tablets, it's going to power that up too, and you don't have to worry about having the cords. If, however, you have a QI-enabled phone, which is one of the newer phones, this magnetic one fits right onto the back of the phone. No cords required for that. If you're unsure which to get, if you don't know if your phone is QI enabled, just get the original with the cords, because then you know you're covered. 50% off from AquaVault.
These are always a big hit.
These are a big hit. So this is Chico Bag, making their Deals debut with their bags. So it's this teeny, this bag right here that holds up to 40 pounds.
This is this?
Yes, it is that teeny. Look at all those fun colors we have in front. Then if you want something a little bit bigger, we've got this one that opens up into a backpack. It will stuff even bigger than this. Also for on the go, because they've kind of thought of everything, this sling bag is really great if you've got a water bottle that you're taking on the go but want to be hands-free, and a little pocket to stash your stuff. Plus we've got from them great accessories for lunch on the go, sandwich bags, even little bamboo utensils. They got you covered.
They thought of it all.
Everything slashed up to 60% off, starts at $5.
Happy feet.
Happy feet.
Happy feet.
Give your feet a little love from Revitalign. We love these because they're all orthotic. They are podiatrist approved, and they've got all of the kind of check the box on the things that we want. So arch support, contoured footbeds. So you'll notice that nothing is like completely flat. All of the footbeds on these are contoured so that they feel more comfortable. Great sturdy outsoles on the bottom for non-slip. Just comfort is what they're all about. We have a huge variety, way more than you see here, for men and women that you'll find online. Slashed in half, plus
free shipping.
You got it.
And very stylish.
I know.
Very stylish.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, then we've got UV skins. This is all UPF 50. When it's clothing, it's UPF 50. Highest rating available to clothing. Started by a woman who lost her young husband to skin cancer and has made it her mission to make sure that we know the importance of staying protected in the sun. Sal was telling me his uncle was a truck driver, and one arm was always like burnt front. So we've got sleeves, we've got bathing suit tops, skirts, the bathing suit, everything for swim. All of these pieces for swim, and then hats. And whenever you are outdoors, you should be covered. They make it possible. Everything is 50 to 50% off, starting at $14.50.
Am I supposed to be on this side?
I know. I don't know.
No, wonderful.
Just make
Thank
sure.
you.
Yeah, you're tall enough. You could stand right here and like be above this. I'm not. So
Whatever. You can shop our August savings extravaganza, 25 brands.
Yes.
With exclusive deals curated for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've
Cool.
got everything.
What do you got? Pickleball.
Cool cabanas.
Okay.
Pickleball on the go.
Wow.
Smart wagons for the whole family for your outings. You can shop all of it today by scanning that QR code. You can also watch the special streaming on Hulu. These deals aren't going to last, and from now on, you guys can go straight to gmadeals.com, which is like, that is big news.
Oh, it goes right to it.
Right to it.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to GMA, live from New York City.
But is that Miami or New York City? I don't know which one it is. We are welcoming back Jenna Ortega, who plays Wednesday Addams on the hit show Wednesday. Welcome to GMA.
Oh, good to see you.
Robin and I were just commiserating. We remember the original Addams family, only this side of the room. But tell us about season 2.
Season 2, we're still with the same cast, and there's a lot of new faces as well coming into play because a lot of people had unfortunate endings in the first. It's just like darker, bigger, better. We pretty much, I think we had a lot more trust from Netflix this time around, and we had such an incredible reaction to the first season that we just wanted to, give them something good.
You earned that trust by season 1. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Plays your mama.
My love.
Oh
Catherine.
my gosh. I hear that she's just a hoot on set.
She's one of the funniest people I've ever met, I think, and I don't think she gets enough credit for that. She's unbelievable. She's unbelievable, and if she's ever not funny, it's because she needs like a piece of chocolate. And she comes like, okay, guys, I'm good. It's incredible.
So now we know how she works, and obviously she plays Morticia, and we have a little clip with both of your characters. Let's take a look.
I know what those tears mean. It's psychic exhaustion. That's what happens when you abuse your gift.
I've harnessed it.
You sound just like your aunt.
How do I get the tears to go away?
Well, you can start by giving me Goody's Book of Spells. Don't be upset with him. He was worried sick. As was I.
Goody was my spirit guide. That book belongs to me.
Can't wait to see it. So Catherine's going to be with us tomorrow. What should we ask her?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe about the fencing sequence. We had a really incredible fencing sequence where we just tried to end each other for like a good 5 minutes. It's like an argument, and it was such a dance that we had to do. It's one of my favorite things to come out of the show, actually. So maybe ask her opinion.
We will absolutely ask about that. Can't wait to see who really won. You mentioned that some had an unfortunate demise, but there are new characters played by Steve Buscemi and Christopher Lloyd. How was it working with some legends on set?
Unbelievable. Christopher Lloyd, I'm still quite shocked by. I don't know how to process that just because, his history in film in general, but then also obviously his relation to the Addams family. And then Steve, I've had the pleasure of working with twice now, and he's just a cool, he's a cool guy. I don't know how to say it. He's got this like, he's almost suave in a way, but like very unassuming and just normal and talented, and he's such a pleasure every time.
Yeah, he's such a great actor. You talked about this incredible reaction you all got to the first season. It must have been so gratifying.
What's been
the reaction to the first season?
Well, I think more than anything, you put out these jobs and projects, and you don't know if anyone will see them. And we really slaved away on the first season, and this character means a lot to me, and I was very scared. I wanted to do her justice, and it's really easy to fall on your face when there's so much expectation and so much. So I think I kind of was expecting the worst, and then it's just been so beautiful to see the show resonate with so many people internationally in a way that none of us had anticipated. It's just kind of we're very, very lucky.
Why do you think it's resonated with so many folks, just all around the world?
I think everybody feels a bit weird because we spend so much time in our heads, It's like we're just talking to ourselves at the end of the day, so it's really easy to kind of single yourself out or, to feel misunderstood, and especially in young people. Like Wednesday has never been a teenager before, but that's obviously a very transformative time in your life, and you really start to develop your own taste and personality and interest. So I think anybody, whether they've been a teenager, are a teenager, are going to be a teenager, you see that.
Sure.
You see that, and you're expecting that, and you're waiting for that, and there's something really beautiful in that discovery, I think.
Well said. That was beautifully said.
And we're seeing it. Looking forward to
thank
season
God.
2.
It was great.
And I wonder when season 2 of Wednesday is going to start. My
What
guess is
day?
it's gonna
What
be
day of
out
the week?
on-
Oh, I don't know. It's escaping me.
Part 1 starting this Wednesday, part 2 on September 3rd. That's on Netflix.
I recently had the pleasure of traveling, and it was an incredibly meaningful trip. I visited Rwanda to spend time with an organization called Giants of Africa, GOA. And their mission is to bring the sport of basketball across the continent to foster community, education, and empowerment. The Giants of Africa nonprofit uniting a community and continent, this year hosting their second festival in the Eastern African country of Rwanda, bringing together over 300 youth players from across the region, all centered around a love for basketball.
See this court here? This court creates community.
NBA champion and basketball executive Masai Ujiri co-founded the nonprofit in 2003, empowering African youth to dream big and uniting those who share the same passion for the game.
When you're on the court and pivot, that's what you do in life. There are no mistakes you're going to make. They're just chances you're taking. Be bold.
Welcome to Giants of Africa!
The festivities kicking off in an epic opening ceremony with a parade of players from 20 African countries, all preparing to learn how to face obstacles both on and off the court. For Masai and Giants of Africa, this initiative has always been bigger than basketball.
We are rich in our souls. We are rich in our talents. We are rich in who we are. We are rich because we belong.
With the opening of Zaria Court, a first-of-its-kind sports and entertainment complex aimed at boosting the local economy. Masai speaking to us last month about his commitment to the organization.
I grew up in northern Nigeria, and it's been an incredible journey, but I have an obligation to transfer this to youth on the continent, give them an opportunity to grow.
And this year, taking their philanthropy a step further, together marking the Rwanda national holiday, Umuganda. Bringing local communities together the last Saturday of every month to achieve a greater purpose.
The theme of Giants of Africa this year is a borderless Africa. That's why we've brought kids and youth and coaches and personnel and guests from all over the world.
With over 600 of us representing the organization, we were there, digging trenches and draining canals, all contributing to the countrywide commitment to community service that makes Rwanda so clean. Umuganda helping us kick off the week-long event in the best way. And of course, we had a little fun too. As for what's next for the basketball giant, Masai says they're just getting started.
We'll continue to build courts, we'll continue to build infrastructure, we'll continue to go into really difficult areas on the continent. The youth need opportunity, and I hope through sports we can continue to grow this.
And I love that it's a national holiday. The last Saturday of every month, nationwide, it's about service. And I mean, it was not a photo op. You really dug it.
Yeah.
But Giants of Africa is something that's year-round. This was a festival they hold every couple of years. But the organization is year-round around the continent. And there was a young man I met, and he was in a camp in 2018. And he said it was the first time that somebody handed him a piece of paper and a pen and said, "What are your dreams?" And he is doing so exceptionally well. Can you imagine? It was the first time anybody said, "What's your dream?" And it is about dreams.
Oh, that's so great.
So that was one Giant of Africa. We met the other Giants of Africa.
Right?
That's tomorrow. The mountain gorillas. Yes, indeed we do. Okay, that's me to the left and with the tracker. And I was like, no, that's okay. Move along, move along. but they're not aggressive at all. And you make those sounds.
Just gave you a little hello.
To let you know that they're the boss. But I have to tell you all, I cannot wait to share with you tomorrow when you meet the father, the 450-pound silverback that we saw as well. But it was just absolutely magnificent. You said that Allie
went and did the same trip you did a few years ago. She actually got pushed down the hill by the girl, but she said it wasn't aggressive or anything. It was just on get out of the way.
I've done it as well. I got punched.
It's like a bucket list now to get hit.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Obviously, I gotta be next.
But I can't wait to share that with everybody.
I love
tomorrow.
the nature Robin look too. I can't
know,
wait to
really?
see more.
Thank you very much.
All right, now to writer, actor, director Pamela Adlon. She has made us laugh as the creator and star of the show Better Things. Now she's back in her Emmy-winning depiction of Bobby in the hit series King of the Hill. Welcome to Pamela. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. It's a thrill to have you. It's been 15 years since King of the Hill was on television. What's it like to bring the show back and revisit the characters that are such a part of the culture for so long?
Well, you know, it's totally a pinch me moment because everybody wants to go back to their favorite job ever. And it's not like, you know, there's a lot of reboots and revivals, but it feels very organic to the show. And I mean, I see you've got the whole world up here.
Yeah, we're inside the fence right now.
It's so cool. That's a good metaphor for what it is. It's like a hug for people, you know, and the show was really always a comfort place, but it was a place where people felt like they could relate, and it's always surprises me when I meet people from all over the world. You think it's just an American show, and it's not. It's really a relatable show, and it feels very international in the way that everybody's like, oh my God, that's my family. And that's where they see themselves. And we're doing a lot of stuff that gives you that good old vintage King of the Hill juice, but with a new refresh that feels very like of the moment that we need right now.
And a big part of the family is Bobby, who you voice, obviously. And Bobby was 14 last time you were doing him. And so now, as a 21-year-old, it's a different character to play.
Yeah, I did a big age shift. I think the first 8 years I was 12, and then Bobby turned 13. So that was like a bigger shift almost to 21, but we talked about it a lot because people want that, like, that Bobby thing, but you don't want to change it too much. So the producers and I talked about, like, do we make it crazy? Does Bobby end up sounding like Barry White or something like that? But in reality, it's just like a nuance, and you're in the pocket of the character.
Well, we have a clip right now, so let's check it out.
Thank you.
I mean, it got me thinking maybe it's time I go down and buy a car. I wouldn't have to bum rides from you guys, and I've saved enough for the down payment.
I don't know. You better ask your mom to come down and help you.
My mom? Please.
That's so good. What's your process for getting into that character, getting the voice? Just so.
I just do a little. That's it.
And then you're done. Then you're in.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you for having me.
Can't wait to see the new season.
Yeah. All right. And all 10 episodes of King of the Hill are streaming exclusively on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+. Coming up, checking out South Florida with our new ABC Miami colleagues. Give it up for Pamela Adlon, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Hi, it's Olivia Deventi, the weekend morning anchor on ABC Miami. When I'm not chasing breaking news, I am chasing the best view in the city. Hi, I'm meteorologist Vivian Gonzalez, born and raised here in South Florida. And when I'm not forecasting the weather with my ABC family, I am with my family here at Vicky Bakery in Hollywood.
Hey there, I'm ABC Miami News anchor Tavares Jones, and when I'm not bringing you the morning news during the week, you can often find me here grabbing a treat at the well-known Jackson's Ice Cream Parlor in Dania Beach. My dog Gideon loves it here too. He loves the pup cups.
Good treat for Gideon right there, and some great South Florida recommendations from our new colleagues at ABC Miami. Victor Kendo is live in Hollywood, Florida, with two of Miami's best-known anchors. Good morning, Victor.
Hey, George, good morning from beautiful Hollywood Beach. That is the Broad Walk behind us. I'm here with WSVN's Craig Stevens and Belkis Nare, two of the most recognizable faces in South Florida news. It is so great to have you guys on this morning. I think we've all known each other a long time, but this is the first time that the three of us have worked together. So we're here to talk about this new and exciting partnership, ABC Miami 18. Craig, what's going on?
Well, it's a new television station to serve South Florida. New station, old team. Or
easy there, easy.
We've been at it for a long time, and it's a fantastic partnership committed to local journalism, community service, to pair up with world news with David Muir, Good Morning America, GMA3, 2020, the whole spectrum, ABC Sports, ABC Entertainment. When the opportunity came to create this, how could we pass it up? We're so excited to be part of the family now.
100%.
Well said, and you mentioned sports. We should mention that coming up Labor Day weekend, Sunday, August 31st, huge game. University of Miami, Notre Dame, a rivalry renewed. We'll all be working that one, that's for sure.
Oh boy.
Okay, so to some ABC viewers, you guys might be new. However, you're not a new team by any means. 22 years they have been working together. Belkis, what is the secret to success?
You know, that's a good question. It's like a marriage, right? I always say, and I think Craig agrees with me, we bring out the best in each other. He's the yin to my yang, I'm the yang to his yin, and he brings out the best in me, I bring out the best in him. And at the end of the day, I also feel like when you're on TV, we have each other's backs, always. I never feel I always know he's got me, I've got him, and really, I think we're both genuine people. What you see there in the box is how we are in real life. And I really think that's sort of the secret to good TV as well. You're the same, Victor. I mean, you are who you are. Nice guy in there while you're watching and out here with us, sweating in 90-degree heat already at whatever time this is. It's crazy, but
we finish each other's sentences.
It works.
We have a real kinship, partnership.
It works.
It's easy now after all these years. Yeah.
And if you guys are always this nice, it makes it a lot easier too.
Nobody said that. Hold on. Hold on.
You know what? Can't let you guys go without asking just a few of your favorite places. Could be a beach, a restaurant, a bar, things in South Florida that you love.
Fort Lauderdale Beach, Key Biscayne, Lighthouse Beach.
Both good spots. Belkis, I know this is a hard question for you. Your segment, Bite with Belkis, I mean, that's a mainstay, a staple. So without offending anyone, some of your favorite spots.
You're putting me on a major spot. Like, I know just about every chef, every bartender, every restaurateur in Miami. So many good places to go. I can't do it. But I'll tell you this. I'll give you, and maybe you'll agree, maybe Craig will too, the local Flanagan's. Always a hit. Flanny's, the ribs, the cold beer. If you know, you know, and it's all over. It's sort of like a local chain here that we all love,
and
right?
one thing I'll say is the folks at ABC 18 will learn soon. Belkis is a heck of a cook too.
Oh,
so
gosh.
She'll have a segment. You'll be seeing it, and when it comes to good eats,
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll pick a favorite. How about favorite husband?
Yeah, that works. That's a good one.
I know
that's
he's
a safe
watching.
One.
Hi, honey.
Flanagan's was a good call, though.
Yes, right?
Yes. And safe with all the locations.
Exactly.
Craig, Belkis, thank you both so much. Really appreciate you guys waking up early. I know you have a long night ahead as well.
So excited.
Guys, I'll send it back to you, but there'll be more with Craig and Belkis coming up on GMA3 as well.
Yeah, and more coming all week long from South Florida. Tomorrow, Sam's going to be live at one of Miami's famous Cuban coffee houses. That was a nice start to the week.
It was.
Sure was. And for more news, you can check out What You Need to Know anytime on Disney+.
All right.
Yeah.
You in for tomorrow?
Let's do it.